Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you something pretty interesting. We are going to be simulating a malware attack and a ransomware attack in the lab.
Before we jump back into the lab, this is a quick disclaimer to remind you that this video is for educational purposes only. I don't plan on distributing this tool to anyone. This is all done in a controlled environment.
I've noticed that on YouTube there's no video like this. No one really shows you how these attacks happen. So you are basically just learning about the theoretical part. Although I'm not going to be showing you the code that was used to run this, you know, attack, but I'll show you the attack chain. We are going to use this malware to drop this ransomware into the victim's machine. So this is basically a spyware and a backdoor wrapped into one. So that's why I just called it malware. And with this, my brat command center, I can generate the malware and I also can also generate the ransomware. We can choose the type of description key that we want, the message that we want to appear on the decryptor that tells the victim that your machine has been hacked. So contact us at example at gmail.com. You understand? Then we can also put in the output file, and if you want an icon, you can select whatever icon you want to use. Then we click generate. So that's just it. I've already generated the exe just to make this video a bit faster. And now we are going to send it into my Windows 11 virtual machine. So these are the files. This is the ransomware, and this is the malware. And how this malware works, it is actually injected into a vintage Tetris game. So when the victim runs the exe, the executable file, a Tetris game appears while in the background it's actually connecting back to our brat command center here. So now let's copy this Tetris. Let's assume maybe the victim downloaded this from a shady site on the internet. So we can paste it here. So yeah, we are going to run it. We are going to run this file. Windows Defender has still not caught this tetris.exe file. I don't know why, but it sometimes catches the ransomware. So I've turned off Windows Defender for now because I did not perform any form of obfuscation. That's to obfuscate means to, encrypt your um, executable in such a way that antiviruses like Windows Defender, uh, you know, Virus Total will not be able to look at the code. They only see encrypted data. So let's run this tetris.exe. You see, after some time, a game window will appear for a Tetris game. Even when we cancel that Tetris game window, to still be connected to Brat's C2 server. So I've already created the malware with an ngrok IP, and even this stream, I used an ngrok um, link, an ngrok URL rather. So this is it over here. I actually created two instances of it. One for the um port 4444, while one for port 5000. So as you can see, it has connected already. So we just click here to stage it. If you go back to here, you see that a game window is supposed to appear. Um, For some reason, it's not appearing. Well, I'll figure out that later. I tested it before and it's appeared, so I'll figure it out later. That's not the most important part. That's not exactly what you are looking for right now. I can create another video to show you how the game window looks like when it appears. So now that the Tetris.exe is running, we've already connected to it. We'll go to command. I've already showed you what all this does. These screenshots, you know, you can get basically different type of things from the victim machine. So let's just do OMI, or let's do system info rather, to gather some information about the system. So in this place we can specify the shell the shell location where we want the um shell to open. That's the location where we want the shell to open. We can change it, and I'll show you why we are doing this in a second. So the information about the laptop has appeared, and what we actually need, let's see, okay, um, so it's not here. Let's just do who am I. As you can see, this is the name. That's the name of the computer, the victim machine. So now that we know the name, we um, are going to download the payload into this ransomware payload into the victim machine, and I'll show you the command to do that. So this is the location where we want the ransomware to appear. These are the documents that we want the ransomware to encrypt, you know. So the way I created it, if there's a documents folder in the same location as the ransomware, it will encrypt it. So we are going to download the ransomware into this location. So let's go back to our brat. So to do this, we'll set the path where we want the shell to be opened, and I think it was this. Then we'll say downloads because it's the downloads folder. So if this path exists, it's going to download it. Um, the command is quite long. I copied it and saved it in my notepad before. So let's just search notepad, open notepad. Let's see if it's still there. Okay, this is it. Although we have to change this link because it's a different link. It's no longer this one because from the last time I ran the command, the link is now different. So this is what we are going to use to send the ransomware into the victim computer. Okay, now we are going to copy the link. This is it. Sorry. So let's just click Control C. Then I'm going to change this. Okay, now this is the link for the port 5000, and this is the file that I want to send. This is the file, as you can see, ransomware.exe. Then we are going to change the name to systemofdata.exe. If the Windows Defender was on, it could probably catch it. So let's send it. Let's let's go back to, let's see what's going on. Okay, for some reason it's not sending. Probably because it's not getting the file. It's not getting the file that we sent. Let's check. Let's check. Okay, as you can see, it says 4 not found. I think we made an error in the name. Ah, we placed its ransom where we added an E between this M and okay, let's do that command again. I should have just copied it. Let's do that command again. Let's copy it again from yeah. I could have just done Windows and the letter V to see my clipboard, but I don't want you guys to see what I've copied in my clipboard. I have a bunch of secret keys there. So let's copy the URL again. I guarantee you this time it's going to work. Definitely. All right. Let's remove this E. System updater.exe. So let's send it. Um, what's the error? It's saying not found. Why? Okay, I'm just going to pause it and figure out what's going. All right, guys. I think I figured it out. So we had to move the ransomware to the downloads folder because that's where I specified in the code, and we were trying to send it from output in an inner directory. So that's why it wasn't working. So now that we've moved it, we are going to try it again. So this is the downloads for the victim, not us. So this is the victims, the shell where we want to download the payload into. So let's just um, let's do it again. So we're going to change this to the link, which is this. So I think it should work now. It should work now, definitely. Let's check ngrok. As you can see, it says 200. Okay, so yeah, it's getting the file. Let's go back to the victim. As you can see, it's downloading. If we refresh this, you see that the size is changing. So it's downloading into the victim's system. And after if it finishes downloading, we are going to run it also on the Brad server. So we run this payload that is on the victim machine. We can run it from the Brad server over here. So this is going to take quite some time to send because as you can see, there's the latency on the ngrok in the ngrok tunnel rather. Sorry. So there's a latency in the ngrok tunnel. So that's why. So when it goes yellow or red, it becomes slower. Even right now, it's slow, and this is because of the region, Europe. It's quite far from where I'm currently at. So that's why it's going to take some time to send. So it's timed out. It did not actually time out. Forget about that error. As you can see, it even downloaded the icon as well, right? So now let's run the payload that we just sent. And we are going to say start system updater.exe. This is going to create a shell in the same location where we uploaded the payload into the ransomware into, and from there It's going to run it. It's going to run that exe without any physical touch or click by the victim. So let's just open this documents folder and see how it is initially. As you can see, the everything looks fine. The documents look fine. So let's go and run our command updater.exe. Yeah. So we are sending it to the victim machine right now. It's not going to send back a response because I did not code it to do that. But we should we should go back to the victim machine and check if it's running. It's definitely going to run. It might just take a few minutes for the window to appear. Right now, as you can see, this if you pay attention to the cursor, you can see a circle over there. And that's it. That's just it. We've successfully sent a ransomware into a victim machine using a backdoor created by a spyware and the um, malware dropper. So let's minimize this first and open the documents folder. As you can see, everything is now encrypted and with an extension of .brat. Can you see that? So we can't access this without decrypting the files. So to decrypt it, we are going to use the decryption key or encryption key, whatever one you want to call it, but it's the same key that we used to create it that we also used to decrypt the files. So let's open this window back. So we need to put dec the decryption key here. So the key that I used is files ransomware. Let's check it. If you go back to ransomware, you see ransomware, sorry, you see files ransomware. So sorry. So this is just a play on words. And it has to be 16 um letter long or 16 characters long for it to work. It cannot be more than 16 or less than 16. It has to be exactly 16 characters long. So let's go back and decrypt it. Files, sorry, files run somewhere. Click decrypt. It's running right now. It's going to take some time to decrypt. Then a pop-up window will appear. And that's it. Decrypted 6 files. Let's open the documents. Yeah, you can see the files are back. The files are back. So that's just it. That's how you attack a victim machine, and you can basically, once you gain access to the shell, you can basically do anything. You are like a god in their system. You can see that we didn't even touch the system to um download this ransomware into it. All they had to do was run this Tetris.exe. So this is supposed to pop up a game window. I don't know why it did not do that this time. There must be an error in the code. I'll check it out and I will update you guys. So ways that you can prevent this. Let me turn back on Windows Defender, Windows Defender, real-time protection. So it should be able to catch this system of data.exe. It should be able to catch it. Let's turn it back on. But I doubt that it will catch the Tetris.exe. I've run it on Virus Total and even Virus Total was not able to catch it. So this is it. It will take some time for it to actually notice that there is a software that can alter the files and folders in the Windows. We can do a quick scan. It's called quick scan, but it's not actually quick. It takes some time. Let me pause the video and I'll show you the results if it actually catches the payload. If it catches it, it's also going to delete. Okay, we're back. The scan is almost completed and it has still not caught it. Hopefully it does. I don't have much faith in Windows Defender. It's taking a long time. Let's pause the video again. As you can see, the scan completed and it says no current threats found. So you can't really rely on Windows Defender to catch some of these threats because most of them are not known signatures. So it might just be a new signature that has not been added. If I was to upload this, my malware and my ransomware in Virus Total, they are going to share the signature of this file. They will share it with, these security companies that make antiviruses, and those ones are going to include the signature of this malware and ransomware into their database. And next time when you scan with one of these antivirus softwares, it might be able to catch it. So you should be careful because not all antivirus, is going to be able to catch new malwares or ransomwares that are created. So don't completely rely on them. First thing first, to prevent such an attack, the malware attack, first of all, don't download from random websites. You know, most of us like free tools. We like downloading cracked tools, you know, from shady websites. And so when you do that, you open yourself like you the the attack surface on you becomes open. You open yourself to several attacks. I can actually go back to my command and I can take a screenshot, you know, take a screenshot of the victim screen. As you can see, it's been sent. I can, start the, I can stream the screen, although it's not actually on the local hotspot. It's on that, you know, how do you call it? It's on the link, the port 5000 link that we created here. So to actually get the link, you can just say stream. As you can see, we get a video, a real-time video of the victim screen. Although it's not clear, you can actually increase the resolution if you want. So you can get a real-time video of the victim screen. So whenever it's entering a password or doing some kind of things, you can actually monitor all this. So you should be careful. And let's just stop the stream. Um, Stop stream. You can, yeah. So for the ransomware attack, to prevent something like this, you back up your files because when your files are encrypted, there's basically nothing they can do about it. A malware analyzer, someone that does malware analysis, could actually be able to, you know, see, they could be able to break down this exe and um, bring it back to the original code that was used to create it, and check if the encryption key is actually in the code. Although in this case, the encryption key is in the code, so you can actually uh, use a tool like detect it or some kind of other tool to break down this exe into the base code, and you can check for the encryption key, because I did not obfuscate this code before I changed it into an exe. That's why you'll be able to do that. So if I obfuscated it, it will be considerably harder, although not impossible. And that's because I had coded the encryption key into the ransomware, and that's not always the case. So to actually prevent an attack like this, a ransomware attack, you should use cloud platforms like CenterStack, SpinOne, Sync.com, pCloud. There are a lot of them to actually back up your important files. That's why you notice that on Windows 11 and I think Windows 10 as well, there's OneDrive. Although I will not advise you to use OneDrive because it can be glitchy. You can actually delete all your files. Although I've not actually had a personal problem with it, but a lot of people complain about it online. So it was actually created to, prevent a ransomware attack by uploading your documents and your pictures, you know, these directories. It uploads the files that are there, and also your desktop. It uploads the files that are there to the cloud, so that when someone tries to run, because normally the most important things are your documents and your pictures. So when someone tries to do a ransomware attack on your computer, even though it succeeds, so instead of sending them money for the decryption key, you can actually get back your files from the cloud platform. So I will not advise you to use OneDrive, but there are other platforms that you can use. So that's just it. Thank you for watching the video. Like and subscribe to my channel, and you can share it with your friends as well. Just hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. So that's it for the video. This is Cyber Vendetta.